Welcome everyone to Brian's Action Figure Reviews. Today I've got a brand new Mcfarlane review. This of course is from Mortal Kombat 11 and is the brand new Shadow of Spawn figure. And this guy is very similar to the comics version. And when I saw him, he seems to have extra articulation and stuff as well. I had to give him a go. These are like, I've gotten some Spawn figures over Christmas and I was really impressed. So this wasn't a line I collected massively at the time, but I now have 4 and soon to be 5 of them. So yeah, it's a line that I'm starting to kind of semi-collect. And there was a kind of running joke between myself and Jonathan Redmond and Fuller's Figures that I would be collecting Mcfarlane figures this year, and I kind of laughed it off and said never. But yes, here I am. I'm not collecting the DC ones though. So yeah, let's check out the box of this Mortal Kombat 11 Spawn. So let's check out the box for the Shadow of Spawn figure. As you can see, he looks lovely there in the package. It does say Shadow of Spawn on the bottom, and it's all kind of yellowy. Let's look at the top. Up here, it does say not a toy, 14 plus Mcfarlane toys. You've got Mortal Kombat 11 in the package. He looks nice. On the side, then you've got the MK11 thing and the Scorpion diorama, which is weird. There's nothing about Spawn on this package at all, except for this Mortal Kombat stuff. 22 moving parts. Mcfarlane toys, Mortal Kombat, blah blah blah. Mortal Kombat 11 on the bottom, legalese. Yeah, so there's nothing really about Spawn on the packaging, which is a strange one. So yeah, let's not waste any more time and get him out of the box. So guys, here is the Shadow of Spawn figure, unboxed and up on the swingamajig. As you can see, going around, he looks quite the impressive piece of plastic. That cape looks absolutely fantastic. I will say though, I do not like plastic capes, as I find they can very much hinder the movement and articulation on the figure, as I'll go through on this one as well. Articulation wise, it's a quite good figure. You can also see the chains there that are wrapped around his various arms and legs and body. Those I will go into bigger detail as well. But overall, to look at this figure as it spins around there, it really does look quite impressive. Now, is that going to factor into the rest of the figure once we get into detail? Let's see. I did buy this figure to replace my previous Mortal Kombat Spawn, so I will have that for comparison as well as some of Spawn's Rogues Gallery. So stick with me as I get him down off the swingamajig and get right into this review. Okay, so here is the Spawn figure off the swingamajig. Like I always do, firstly we're going to go through some accessories. Now, the unfortunate thing with this Spawn is he does not come with any weapons. No guns, no sword, no hatchet, no mace, no nothing. Which is a big minus in my eyes. He should definitely come with at least something. And what he does come with is, all on him, as you can see, he does come with the standard Mcfarlane sign, or stand I should say. And it's not even a Spawn stand, it's a Mortal Kombat stand. So that's kind of annoying. I do know there's some like technicalities that he did promise to not do an official Spawn in the Spawn line because of the Kickstarter or something. But this is just a cheap cop-out, doing a Mortal Kombat, printing a Mortal Kombat stand and doing the same figure. Yeah. And I'm sure some of the long-term fans would agree. So these chains are like what makes up the main accessory of this figure. So how these work is there are 2 plugs. If you lift this up like so, there are 2 plugs here, which I'm going to take out. They just pop out and you're left with 2 unsightly holes, which can be covered. And this one is in quite tight. Well, there we go. So there he is without them. Now, personally, they do look nice. They look nice when they're on him, but without him, he doesn't lose anything. And they're quite cheap looking, I would say. They're quite pointy as well, if you have kids playing with these. These are quite pointy, like some of the spikes as well on the figure. And yeah, it could, like, these would be better if they were like more chrome colored maybe than this off gray that they are. They're really horrible looking once you take them off, and they look less impressive the closer you get to them, unfortunately. Now, despite those criticisms, let's move on to the actual figure. Now, the articulation I initially thought was better than the previous Spawn from a couple of years ago, But upon closer inspection of my other Spawn, which I will now bring to the table in a sec, it's exactly the same. So let's look at it. The head, you get a little movement, a little up movement too. You get your side to side. Again, the cape, which is glued down as far as I know, is kind of blocking a lot of the movement there. Same with the arms. You can, oh, it just popped out on the review. Wow, there is timing. But it just pops right in. And I find that happens a lot with butterfly joints on the Storm figures as well. It can just pop out, but you do get a full rotation. You do get a bicep swivel. And genuinely, that's the first time that's happened. And I've had this figure a week now. You do have double jointed elbows. You do have these wrists on balls. I hate these ball joints. I'm not a fan of them at all. They feel so fragile. Yeah, so there's that. There is a torso joint here, which also goes all around and does serve as your waist swivel, as the waist swivel is quite tight. There you go. No, it does work. So yeah, legs will go all the way out. You do get a double jointed knee, which again is very, very tight, but you can get it all the way back. You don't have a knee, a shin swivel or anything like that, or a thigh swivel. You do get a bit of movement, but not a whole lot. And again, the ankles are on balls, which are absolutely painful to move. And he does have toe articulation. So yeah, like a lot of the ankle articulation won't work on this because of his broken leg boot, is what I call it. And same with the articulation on the wrist. On this hand, it's not helped at all. So yeah, movement wise, he's okay. He's standard Mcfarlane. This is why I don't buy a lot of Mcfarlane, because I'm not big on the articulation at all. It's not a great system. It's okay, it works though. So to compare him to that previous MK Spawn, which is more from the game than the comics, they're pretty much like, I initially bought this because I thought it was a new sculpt and stuff, but they're pretty much the same. That's kind of disappointing, if I'm honest, but I was very happy with this guy when I got him first. And it wasn't really till I looked at this one, which again, you can see the detail on that is more or less from the game. Even the capes are the exact same. There is a bit, this is a tiny bit darker, a darker shade. Same with the face. Basically, this figure is like a more nightmarish version of Spawn. And yeah, they do look okay together, but I don't think I'll be using this one from now on. And just to put him next to some of these Rogues gallery, here is the Violator. What a lovely name that is. And there's a nice size difference there. And behind him is Overkill as well. So like, this is the one thing that Mcfarlane does do well, is the big, awkward, monstery characters. So yeah, that has been like my review for Spawn. If I was to give it a rating out of 10, I would definitely give it a 7. And I think a 7 is fair, because what I would be knocking points off for would be the lack of accessories, lack of weapons. Now I know Mcfarlane has their thing with guns, which is unfortunate, and the fact you have to go and buy a munitions pack to get them is annoying. I do have this mace weapon from the original Spawn, which will work well with him. Yeah, I would knock points off for the Mcfarlane articulation system as well. Other than that, 7 out of 10, average to good, average to great. Like if I was really being really generous, I would give it an 8, but 7 for me. I love the look of the figure. I kind of disappointed myself that he looks so much like the previous one now. I had thought it was a new system, but yeah. So that's been my review for the Mcfarlane Mortal Kombat 11 Shadow of Spawn figure. I hope you enjoyed it, guys. Do leave a like, do leave a comment below. Tell us what you think of the Mcfarlane line in general and this figure as well. And we'll see you on the next one. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. And thank you very much if you do, because stick around for much more. I will have more Spawn reviews in the future, as I do like this line. So yeah, I'll see you later, guys. Have a great one. Bye.